welcome to this technical webinar session. We're going to start off with the introductory, just giving you some feedback on what we're going to be looking at and why you should be using the tool and how you should be using the tool to your best ability. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at is that you need to make sure that you can log into the system, and you should be able to work the charting tool efficiently, and hopefully with this technical webinars we can assist you with that. We're not just only going to be focusing on the charting tool itself, but we're also going to be focusing on the watch list, why you should create a watch list, and also focusing on the share filter and how you should use the share filter to your benefit. So let's start off with this introductory, just giving you an overview of the charting tool. So if you log into the system, as soon as you logged into the system, you should note that you should go to your charting. So if I click on charting over here, will open up in a new tab. One thing that subscribers need to note is that as soon as you clicked on charting, that the charting tool opens up in a new tab. Each time you click on charting, it will open up in a new tab, and if you do work with a new share, it tends to open in a new tab as well. So make sure that you do close down these tabs if you've finished analyzing a share. Otherwise you're going to be sitting with a bunch of tabs up here and it will slow down your browser. So if you look if we start in the left hand side corner, first of all you'll see the J203. So by default, if you click on charting, this chart will open up. You'll notice we've got a candlestick chart on here, and the J203 is the JSE All Share Index. Next to the J203 we've got our daily interval. So if you want to look at weekly intervals or monthly intervals, you can go and set it up over here. But one thing that you always need to know is that in the white block is where you will find the shares that you want to work with, the winning shares list, indices, world markets. So if you want to work with something specific, please just make sure that you use the code of that index or the code of that share when trying to search for it. You do not have the functionality to search by name. You can only search by the code and then press enter to pull up that index or the share. Then next to the daily interval, you got your user's guide. So the user's guide will once again take you through all these things and give you a little bit of an explanation of everything on the charting tool, but we will be doing technical webinars on all of these things. If you look to the right hand side, we've got the compare tool. So the compare tool is a function that technical analyst uses to compare certain shares to each other and maybe to an index as well. And as you compare these shares to the index, you can immediately see which shares are outperforming or underperforming a specific index, and then you can maybe do further analysis on why that is happening. Then next to your compare tool, you've got your style. So you've got different types of styles that you can work with depending on what sort of technical analyst you are. We tend to work with candlesticks because it shows us the depth of the day and also gives us an idea of what we can expect for the following trading day. So we'll go into depth on that as well. And then next to style, you've got your indicators. So this is where all your indicators are located at. All the indicators, we will also be doing some webinars on some of them. So just watch the space for the indicators as well. Then in the left hand side corner, once again you'll see we've got the undo button. If you've added any sort of line onto your chart, then you can just click on the undo button if you did make a mistake and you didn't want to draw the line there. This is to remove your previous mistake. Then next to that you've got your select tool. So the select tool is where you will find all the lines that you can draw. So if you wanted to draw lines, everything is located under select tool. Just note that should you want to remove all the drawings from your chart, you can simply click on clear drawings and this will remove everything. Now if you've researched a specific share, so let's say for instance you came from the share filter tool and you've analyzed FirstRand and you want more information on FirstRand, then you can just click on the research button. So if you want to do fundamental analysis, and what we mean by fundamental analysis is working through the directors' dealings, the dividend history, looking at the financial statements and looking at the latest news for that company. You click on the research button and that will open up the chart or the news only specific to the share which is located on your chart. So if you've analyzed technically FirstRand, then it will pull up the information for FirstRand on a fundamental basis. Then to the far right hand side you'll see we've got the OC, H and L and the V. That basically just stands for the open, the close, the high and the low and the volume traded for the day. If you do look at shares, you'll notice that you've got your dividend yield, earnings yield, and price earnings yield also available to you to get the latest information in regards to those fundamental things. Then to the right hand side, you've got your watch list. So if you click on watch list, this is where each and every subscriber can create their own list of shares that they specifically want to watch. So you can come and create as many lists as you want in here, and this will be saved to your computer, and then you can just pull it up. It's just much easier than trying to remember what shares did I look at last week and why did I look at them. So you can come and create your own watch list here. The last thing that we do want to note on this tool is the view section. We're going to do a webinar on this as well. So why is it important to look at the views? Just a short explanation for that. The reason we use views is because if you're someone that doesn't have enough time, or you like doing certain technical analysis but you don't always want to pull up all the charts, you can simply click on the different views that you've already preset to your values or your conditions that you want them to be in, and it will automatically change on your chart, which is a very, very, very good technical tool available to all technical analysts. So this is something that we're going to be looking into depth as well. So this is just a basic overview of the charting software and what we're going to be looking on the chart. So just follow up on the latest webinars following this one, and then we're going to be covering more material.